Hello, welcome to the final word. Everton 2, Peterborough United 0 in the FA Cup underneath the stewardship of James Coleman and Leighton Baines. Incredible. Paired, obviously, Everton removed Sean Dyche from the club 3 hours before the game, and it was announced that Leighton Baines and James Coleman taking the team. We had there earlier in the week, it could have been Leighton Baines and Paul Tate, but it was Seamus. And obviously it was a case of just getting through the game, wasn't it? They had no real input into like playing styles and everything like that, but it was FA Cup third round. I wouldn't say like a banana skin, because Everton you would have expected to win anyway. And that's not taking anything away from Peterborough, but it was a case of just getting the job done, wasn't it? And that's what Everton did, got in the hat.
Yeah, I suppose when you said, you know, the same team, I think what it does, what it proves, and again, just take this with a pinch of salt because of the opposition, but you can't have the same team and have two different ways of playing, and it looks slightly different. You know, would the wing backs be as high? Would Harrison Armstrong be playing in that little right hand channel that he was playing in? Do you know what I mean? So there can be little just subtle changes, and not banging the ball to your centre forward every single time you get it. So there can be subtle changes, and that's what I think, you know, when people talk about the players and are they good enough or whatever, there are different ways of playing that can help them out.
It was obviously there was a very brief announcement that Leighton Baines and Seamus Coleman were in the dugout, which, you know, obviously got a lot of cheers and all that. But we were a little, like, it was freezing. It was absolutely freezing last night. But we were a little bit surprised how flat it was.
No, not really. Not really. I actually missed the first 5 minutes of the game because of the ridiculous parking situation caused by the Liverpool City Council digging up Priory Road. But anyway, I'm not bitter about that.
The kick-off was delayed a few minutes.
Yeah,
but
it
not.
Was. It should have been delayed till 8 o'clock, by the way. It should have been 8 o'clock kick-off.
I got in about 90 seconds before, but by the time I got a drink and
it should have been an 8 o'clock kick-off because of the cold. But I was warm, ironically, because I'd had to run from Stanley Park. You know, it's fine for me.
You run?
Yeah.
I mean, it's that harsh for you because you don't normally run. Was it difficult?
Yeah, just because I was in a big coat and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I see the place should be buzzing. No, it won't. But it's the FA Cup third round, and people are still very wary of where we are in the league. It's not going to.
It's a Thursday night.
It's not going to become. Yeah, it's a Thursday night. It is freezing. A lot of people mightn't have wanted to actually have gone the game. Funny enough, when I was on Sky last night, and they were like, "What will be people's thoughts when they go the game tonight?" And I went, "Not falling over will be the number one thing." Which again, curveball, like to throw Skypers just to see if they're actually human.
Just to see if they're listening.
Just to see if they're human. See if it might be AI presenters on Skype now.
Who knows? We tried an AI CEO, so you never know. Could be anything.
You never know. So, no, I wasn't really surprised because I just think that's the general flatness of being an Everton fan at the moment. I think we're all just so tired, and we just want to see something, and no, so it doesn't. And you're playing Peterborough, and you know they can sing. You know, shall we? I know who cares. Playing Peterborough in the FA Cup, we expect to go through. We expect to see some goals, and you know, so no, I wasn't really. Yeah. That's just the way it is at Goodison now.
Yeah, it needs to re-energise. I'm sure it will get over the next few weeks, but I think Everton, like the formation, obviously the three at the back. People don't like it, but it was the opportunity to give, obviously, Jake O'Brien a game, which he should be playing. Michael Keane hasn't featured for a while, so he had to play. Nathan Patterson hasn't been getting in, so it was good to see him. And him and Michalenko were really high, weren't they? Which was good to see. And I think that played in to Patterson's strengths, I thought. And I thought he'd done quite well, really, again. You know, playing against the League One side and all that. But I thought his attacking side, if you've done some work on him and work on areas for him to put the ball into, I thought he showed a lot of promise there. And obviously Harrison Armstrong, you've already name checked, who I thought was excellent.
Yeah, I think again that's the subtle changes. If they've said play high like a winger, and what we do know about Nathan Patterson is he is a good wing back. We've seen him do it internationally. It does help his what he's good at, you know, his strengths. And you know, he had a couple of good moments in the final third. He actually looked quite he looked up for it. Bit of tenacity in there a couple of times to stop the opposition. Yeah, I thought it suited them down to the ground. I think if changes were made and we did go to a 3 at the back, let's just say, if it happened, then he would be a good wing back for us, be the perfect wing back for us, really, going forward. And he showed a little bit of quality. Michalenko on the other side, he doesn't really fit that side, but he tries. It's just that his end ball is pretty poor, and that's where it's doesn't really work for him.
Patterson work on your corners. We had that thing again where we had a Trisha Garner Gate taking the corner.
I know.
It's almost like, I don't know how this ever comes about at professional football level, but we've demonstrated the last couple of games, if it's not Dwight McNeil taking the corner, no one sort of knows how to take one. Not that they can't, they're all professionals, you're able to kick a ball. No one wants to. No. Like Garner went over to take the first one because there was I said to the fella, I went, who's taking the corner? The ball was there and everyone was in the box, and Garner sort of went, so I'll go then, and jogged out to take it, and then Patterson ended up taking them, and that is a bit mad. You would think that they'd, not putting that on Baines and Coleman, by the way, but you would think that you'd have like a sort of like a hierarchy in the team of who takes what. And I'm sure David Moyes.
Like been worked on also.
Worked on. I'm sure David Moyes will. Everton did what you would expect the Premier League side to do, which was have a lot of the ball. I thought Peterborough had really done well to stay in shape, didn't show much. Again, this is not me being critical, but what I mean is, and I wouldn't expect them to, they sort of will have looked at when you're doing planning for Everton, and obviously planning for Sean Dyche's Everton, and basically gone, we just put everyone behind the ball. These are amazing with the ball, so that's what they did everybody behind the ball, and I thought Everton actually worked the ball quite well at times. Particularly Harrison Armstrong and Beto, I thought they linked up really well, and obviously it was Patterson. And Jai, for me, I was really disappointed with him last night. I think he just floated in and out of pockets of the game.
It didn't work, the position he was playing.
No.
He got stuck between like Beto and Michalenko. He didn't know where to be. In fact, there was a bit in the second half where he started standing behind Michalenko, so he get the ball before Michalenko did.
Yeah.
So I don't think it did suit him in that position. I don't think it was worked on. And of course, for the first half, you had that thing again, which we see in a lot of games like this, where it's you've got new players and maybe you're trying something different, and it takes a while for everyone to sort of figure out what they're doing. But what I did actually like was we stuck at it. We just kept on playing, and it was very rare. We did crossfield passes, but not many long to Beto. So therefore, we kept on trying to do what we did. And so second half, certainly for the first 20 minutes, it really clicked. Everything we did was productive, and you never thought they were going to get into the game at all. And obviously, I think that came from the confidence of scoring the goal and the ball back. But it's just those little things sometimes. And again, no one's going overboard because we're beating Peterborough. But I just think sometimes that's the difference. It's like maybe under Dyche, because he doesn't mind you going long. But you know what I mean? It's like he might set you out to go, play short passes. But then if it's not working, it's just go long then. Whereas it just felt like last night, it was like, we'll just keep doing what we're doing because we'll get results in the end. And I think, we did.
Yeah, I thought, again, my only criticism is we don't move the ball quick enough. We do some lovely little passing, and then you get it moved over, and you think, if you just quicken this up, the odd time we done it quickly, we got away, and we were in, and then it's the final ball or whatever, but a bit of it's too slow, and I think that's something that David Moyes will have to really work on to get a bit more out of this team, because there is some talent in there, but it's getting it out,
ultimately at this level, that's the difference between good players and elite players, isn't it? It's not whether he can pass the ball 5 yards, it's how fast he can pass the ball and how many touches. We saw him move in the second half down the left hand side. It was a lovely little move, and it fell to Michalenko in the box, and all you want him to do is hit it first time, because that's the second, and he takes a touch and their defender blocks it. And the difference is, elite players hit that first time and don't even consider taking a touch.
Also, a few times in the first half, our pressing, we'd sort of half pressing, thinking if you went at it full throttle, we'd have nicked the ball a few times. Their goalie nearly kicked. Beto almost blocked two of them. And Jai jogging out instead of sprinting out, and you think we'd have nicked the ball there because some of their passes were short. We had a Beto shot, was to keep it comfortably safe. We had a Garner shot, which, don't know whether it nicked off someone, but he just threw an arm at it and kept it out. and we had the Mangala volley, which was a tremendous strike, really. That was a good bit of play down the left, and tremendous volley which hit the post. But we did score in open play, which shocked everybody, it felt like. Harrison Armstrong, who tried to slide it through in, he put a couple into Beto when he hadn't controlled one, and one at the lad got back. But on this occasion, he played a lovely weighted pass to Beto and took it well, good touch, took it round the keeper and knocked it into the net. And I know a lot of people were like, was he offside there? When you see it again, the right back is playing him well on. But a really good goal, lovely head up pass and well taken finish by Beto.
Yeah, and you can see Beto Arkin and Harrison Armstrong, for such a young lad to put it through into that channel, and that's probably just the natural talent that he's got and what he does probably for the under-21. So yeah, it was a good goal, it was a good finish. Beto always scores against lower league teams. I mean, that's the one thing you can guarantee with Beto, he'll do that. But Beto started that kind of ball in the first game, in the Premier League games, because that's what he's all about. We've said it loads of times. But the midfielders are never really that close to our attackers.
No.
Anyway, so that's something that has to be looked at massively. No matter who's up front, that has to be looked at. If you've got players with the ability to play that kind of passes, you've got to have, you've got to be close. And we never have 2 or 3 around the edge of the box. It doesn't happen. But obviously that's where we showed the difference in the level last night, and that's really important.
We got in a few times, didn't we? Where Patterson put one across and Beto tried to take a touch and took it out, but he should have just flicked it goalwards because there was enough on the cross. And we had one where Armstrong fired it across and the lad got there before the keeper, looked like it was going to go in. So there was those sort of moments, but it is about
Brandthwaite cross as well.
And that was a great Beto headed straight, didn't he? Either side might have caused the keeper an issue, but you know, like I say, they only really, they had one off a corner, didn't they, which the lad towards the 6 yard took 2 deflections and they jumped up celebrating, but it was about 4 foot away from goal. But fair play to them, listen, like I said, they put in a really disciplined performance for Darren Ferguson. Got in at half time, obviously come out second half, and you're right, it all was clicking as the game was going on. We had Armstrong and Beto looking sharp. Patterson done a lovely little bit of skill down there. It was a good move, a little give and go. Done the lad, cut it back, and it's done a Harry Maguire at Anfield, didn't he, and blazed it over the bar. But there was good pressure by their player, to be fair. But there was those moments where Patterson done another little outside of the foot and spun. He put a great cross in and they defended it brilliantly on the 6 yard box to clear it. And that was looking like we were going to get a little bit of joy. And we had the other one where it might have been, was it Armstrong who threaded Beto through and he got it on the stretch and then got up and just couldn't quite work it. So there was those moments that looked like it might click for us and get the second, but it was just the last, like you said, just maybe taking one touch too many. But Mangala had a couple, didn't he, that got blocked. One off a corner, actually. We took a strange, well, it was a good corner, just got played to and he hit it first time. The lad's got a block on it. There was those moments where you thought we'd get that second goal. It just didn't come, did it? No,
sadly not, because it settles everyone down. You're always worried, especially because there's extra time and it goes straight to penalties. It's weird, isn't it? You're fearing extra time and penalties more than a replay, because you just know how it drags on, you know how it's going to be, and it only takes that one moment, doesn't it? But no, it would have been nice to have seen another goal. I'm sure Ashley Young would have liked an extra goal as well. But it never, we just don't have that quality at the moment, and we don't have that.
Did you think I thought you could really see people confidence really low last night, like visibly low, where you're thinking, you know, when things are going your way, your players do things instinctively,
wasn't it though?
And you look and go, it's like they're taking, it is that like Michalenko, that extra touch.
He didn't pick our game on a Thursday night because he thought we were going to win, like
No, of course he didn't.
You know, they edged the bets and just thought, well, you know, Everton have got to play one day on Sunday or whatever, because Liverpool are going to be on. So they were edging the bets. They smelt something, and it must be, you know, it is a weird one. The manager's just been sacked, and you are probably starting to think about all the variables that can happen with a new manager and everything. And there isn't a real style of play. And someone comes in and probably says to you, lads, I don't want you to play that way. I want you to get the ball down and play a bit of football. And then you probably think, well, can we do that? Are we allowed to do that? And then it's like, 39,000 at Goodison Park, and we've got, can't do anything stupid, but if the crowd were quiet, but they weren't exactly having a go. We know what was going, do it quicker or do this or do that. The game just went on, and having Harrison Armstrong in the team and then playing well was a big bonus, because you've got someone to root for then and back. That's why I thought it was strange he took him off.
Well, let's have a look at his numbers from last night. There's his heat map there off on that right hand side pocket. 86% passing accuracy, 1 assist, had 46 touches, played 3 out of 3 accurate long ball. Well, they're accurate long passes really, and it's that 2 out of 4 ground duels won. So 50% of his ground duels, like for a 17-year-old lad up against really experienced players like their players were in midfield. I thought he acquitted himself really well. I thought he did well Saturday at Bournemouth, getting dropped into a Premier League game at half time, and I thought last night he showed bits and pieces, that he's got a lot to his game, and hopefully you could see that he was confident playing for Baines as well.
Yeah,
because when Patterson went down doing his stretches, he was the one Baines was communicating through, and he'd gone over to get a drink a bit earlier, and Baines was talking, and you could see he felt comfortable there, because obviously Leighton Baines knows him, and obviously he's been in the 21s as well. So I thought he did really well last night.
Grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck, didn't he, when it needed to. And why not? He's obviously got ability. Been on the bench most of the season. And now he's with someone that he knows, and he's going to give him loads of confidence. And Seamus Coleman, who's been doing a bit of coaching with the younger players as well as he goes to get his badges, they will just give him so much confidence. And if it is about passing the ball, then that's going to help him as well, because he's a talented player. And that, at half time, I imagine they just said to him, see that ball you've just done, keep doing it, because it works.
Well,
and
he tried to do it about 3 times second half, didn't he? And
that, again, you see that happening, then you want to get on the... I thought, know what you were saying before, second half, I looked at Patterson and I looked at Harrison Armstrong, and you went, they're really enjoying this game.
Yeah.
That they're really enjoying it. And I think, when Armstrong went off,
it did peter away.
It went away. That connection.
Ironically.
That connection was there, and we didn't really have anything after that. No. And then not long after that, they took Patterson off. He was obviously stretching out. He obviously got a bit of cramp or something. At first it looked like an injury, but then you could see him stretching out, so it probably is.
Well, he's tweeted today, or he's put a post on his Instagram sort of saying loved it last night, on to the next one. So when you don't need
if he'd gone off injured, he would have gone off injured. We'd know. I mean, everyone worries when you see him go down the way, because I think he was chasing after someone as well. So it's like, oh my god, it's at the end.
Probably just felt something quickly, but he was stretching his calf.
Players were enjoying it, you could tell. And I think that's the most important thing, isn't it? Players are enjoying it and feel like they've got confidence in what they're doing. You take that on to the next game, and when the tough games come round, which is like every game.
Well, we made the changes, didn't we? Took Armstrong off, took Beto off, Breuer came on, Patterson went off, Young came on, and it did. And I understand, obviously, you understand the Patterson one, because he was rolling as like the Beto one, maybe trying to get Breuer some minutes, of course, but he comes on, and he's been unlucky, hasn't he, just in general in the last few years. He can't get a break, the kid, and he's on, and
let's hope he hasn't got a break.
He comes on, and and you're thinking, like, this is 1-0 and this is set up for you to get your first goal. And he chases a ball, does really well, actually skips around the keeper, and the lad makes it.
Hang on. The keeper being 30 yards out from goal.
You know what I mean?
If you haven't seen the game, you might think that was in the box. No, it wasn't. It was 30 yards out.
Comes flying out, but he gets on the keeper, and the lad makes a good tackle, and obviously the way he lands, you fear the worst, don't you? He's in a leg brace then, and the game could have been stopped.
Gas in air as well.
But in agony, you're thinking, well, I've never seen him in an Everton shirt again, because, look, the season ending one. We don't know, it still might be.
He never went it's weird, because he never went to hospital.
No, but he got taken to when they're going straight to the hospital.
Clearly the lad's tolerance to pain is really, really low, isn't it? Like, he got no, but I'm not being disrespectful. That happens. Like, that can happen. It's a human trait. But he goes off on Saturday, and there's like a big deal about it, and he's playing again. Like, he's been stretched off 2 games in a row, and I hope he's available for next week on the same. I don't think he will be, but like, he must have a really low. He must have, because
but he might. That might be like a swelling thing.
What gas in here though? Gatineer is mad. No, I'm not having a go
Yeah,
with
but
him.
it could be. We don't know, and it could be
But
like
not
he's
to
damaged
take,
ankle.
not to take him to hospital though.
Maybe
then
he
that's
felt-
massively strange.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, that's massively strange.
Unless they're just scanning him today. I don't know at the moment, but he went off anyway, and it was obviously sad to see, because he's the one, actually, ironically, out the other three strikers, they're all physical. I know Chimitti's slightly different, but like Dom and Beto are a certain type where he's a different profile than the others. He is someone who can bring a ball down and skip past players, and he's got different attributes to the others, I mean.
Yeah.
But obviously it was disappointing to see him go off, and then, you know, we put in Jai up front and Lindstrom come on, and we never kind of got hold of the game after that. Not that there was sort of any threat from Peterborough, really. They you know, although I thought the ringer they had playing on the left, the lad who went off and he put another one on with no number on it. I know he had blood on his shirt, I'm joking. I thought he did quite well. He was quick, the lad on the left. He was quite quick, like he skinned everyone at times, and just didn't have a sort of final thing. But he was their bright spark. They didn't really have anything else, but we just couldn't get that killer goal, could we? Until we get, obviously Lindstrom goes down the wing and gets a free kick, crosses it, and the lad catches him, doesn't he? Does a mad backflip.
Did do a mad backflip.
Then is limping, but then takes the free kick. It comes in, flicked on, and they've been wrestling with Jared Brantwaite's shirt all night. Yeah. So it was one of them was gonna be called for a penalty, and it loops in the air. He's about to head it. Lad drags him down. It's a penalty, and Decore picked the ball up like he was having it. Yeah. And Ashley Young went and just said, lad, you know.
The ball warmer.
Yeah. Straight over and said, you're not having it, mate.
I thought Keano would have took it.
I know, well, the Gladys wanted...
He's the best penalty taker. I've got no issue with that.
The Gladys wanted them to smash it in, but it was Illiman and Jai, and he stepped up.
Wasn't a good night for the Senegalese? One captain the side and the other one scored with a penalty, so...
Rolls it in, and it's his fifth of the season. He's the top scorer, and...
There you go.
It was a good... Hang on. It looked a really good penalty.
Really?
If the goalie dives the other way, it's Amadou on against Fulham.
The thing is, though,
he gave him the eyes.
He done the feint, didn't he? Give him the eyes.
That was a good pen.
He actually kicked it after the goalie dived, so...
Yeah. And that was it.
And that's it. And then everyone's got a reason to moan at Darren Ferguson.
Not bad behaviour. There's two sides. Listen, I am sort of half joking when I say it, but when you bring 5 subs on, one of them could be to create history.
Could have.
Because he didn't really, it wasn't like he put 3 up front and they all flew with us. Not one sub they put on made any difference to anything.
Been watching us.
He did. It was like us. So they could listen. Ashley Young was fuming. Apparently another Everton player was fuming. And had to go with Darren Ferguson.
You just ruined the quiz question.
Yeah, you've ruined a bit of history there. But in all fairness, if he thinks it wasn't the right thing to do, then he's the manager, isn't he? So,
do you think if he put him on at 1-0, then it would have been the other way? People have gone, that's so unprofessional.
I don't know, and that's why I'm saying it's a bit of it's tongue in cheek.
You had a chance.
But you still look and go, you've still got 4 other subs there. It's not like you've got 1 sub and you're going sentimental. Yeah. He's got 5 subs that he can make. And he put lads on who didn't make any, didn't do anything, any of them.
But I don't think he put them on not to do anything.
I felt like he did. It felt like he was trying to make a point.
No, I get it. I mean, there's, you know, I get it. I get why he didn't do it.
I get why he didn't do it, and I like to say, I'm half joking, but
he's the pantomime villain, isn't he? But maybe his dad would have rung him up and gone, you app, what the
Alex
hell do you think you're doing? Yeah. This is why you've never succeeded.
He'd have been out the family.
Jordi Cruyff wouldn't have never done that.
He's like never succeeded. I've been back to Peterborough about 5 times. What are you on about?
Yeah.
I get off for a bit and I come back.
Yeah, have a break.
You know,
a mini retirement.
Then he comes back. Dara phones him and goes, come on, lad. And he goes, yeah, I'll be back. No problem.
Fair play.
No problem. I mean, fair play to some of the shouts weren't great, but fair play to them. Yeah. Freezing cold night, and they did back their team. But Everton are in the next round. That's all that matters. It was good for João Virginia. What he had to do, he did quite well. Caught a couple of crosses, didn't he?
Kicking was all right.
Kicking was decent, although he did just blast one forward and like Brantwaite sort of shook his head.
Muscle memory, that.
Yeah, that's what it was though. It was early on. It got played back and he led it. There was no, and Brantwaite was sort of like that too. No, mate, 10 days are gone. We'll pass it again. But no, I thought he was fine.
He made me laugh, Brantwaite, because I literally felt like he was just like one hand, or like, you know, one hand was playing a computer game, the other hand was just playing footy. He was so like why do I have to be here?
Although he went up for a header right below me at half time and he was holding his hip as he walked off. He was like that limping. I was thinking, oh, fuck. But then he came out and just went into Rolls Royce mode again and just was like, yeah, I'll do bits and pieces. And then he's gone, I'll go and get the penny to kill this off because you can't do it. Him and Keane were like, I like to try and volley a corner in, which he tried. Imagine if Michael Keane would have caught that like Michael Keane can. He was fuming with himself as well.
He was, because he actually is good enough.
Yeah.
I think the moments of the night though has to be the communication skills between Jake O'Brien
it's tremendous.
and Patterson.
Tremendous.
Not once.
Two lads who sit in the canteen or the restaurant bit at Finch Farm, and I guarantee you they text each other a question. They don't talk quite clearly because twice they ran into each other. It's like, how do you get... I'm not being funny, right? Patterson's 6 foot, isn't he? So he's not... But Jake O'Brien's massive.
Yeah.
So I don't know who I'm blaming here.
No.
Patterson, if you can't see him running at you, move out the...
No.
But yeah, twice they ran into each other. Twice.
Yeah.
I was going to say the moment of the night was Rossi disgracing himself at to hit the bar, saying, ooh, that was close, when the shot went at literally 1 foot off the ground.
I edited that.
And on the scoreboard, it had so close. Zach's fuming. So close, it was this. That's what's wrong with this club. Some fella said about 3 rows back.
Standards, isn't it?
That's what's wrong with this club.
It starts with the fans. If you're going to let fans come on at half time and try and hit the bar and they're not getting it 2 foot off the ground, then you need to remove them.
What a shout out from 3 rows back. That's what's wrong with this club, because it had so close.
Right.
And it was Barry's 1 row back. Barry was just like, I just want a second goal so I can get off and have a baby.
Someone got off in front of us after the first goal.
Yeah.
Literally just went...
The park end, loads got off near the end. Loads.
No, after the first goal.
No, no. But that maybe they just went...
They just went, it's done. We've won.
See you later and went. Seen Baines and Coleman on the side. Yeah. I've seen a goal from open play. This is peak Everton. It doesn't get better. And he went, fair play. But listen, none of that's so close, Rossi. Come on, lad. Come on. And also, if it's you that has got the opportunity to go on the pitch and have a go, at least get under the ball. Just... Even if you hit over the bar, it looks better. It looks better than you look like you can't kick a football.
Practice a bit.
Just go under the ball. Just get right under it, because if you hit under the ball, it'll rise. Come on. And whoever's doing the old scoreboard thing, come on, you're insulting them people by going so close when it's 1 foot off the floor.
Probably the same person who put out the clean sheets tweet.
I don't know. Maybe it's the one who passed Rossi, Abdullah, Decore. Then we just haven't got... We've got Abdullah Decore, but we haven't got Abdullah Decore.
That hasn't been the same, Rossi, since he left the tower.
He hasn't, has he?
You know what I mean? Since he left the tower, he's, maybe when he had the lack of oxygen.
Is that what
That's what it was.
No, fair play.
Going in that lift.
But no, not so close when it's 1 foot off. Yeah. No one's buying that.
He's loving life since he doesn't have to have the sway of the tower. You know, we've done that. We know the scary.
Absolutely scary. Let's have a look at the final match stats from the game. Everton 2, Peterborough 0. 13 shots for the Toffees, 5 for Peterborough, 5 on target for Everton, just 1 for Peterborough. 1.64 XG to 0.2.
God, we outdone our XG.
And look at Everton with the 54% possession. This state
winning a game with possession.
That is unheard of.
Yeah,
isn't it? Unheard of.
Unbelievable.
There you go. Everton have won the game. All eyes now on the announcement of David Moyes, which is scheduled for over the weekend, probably.
Within the next... Monday, for God's sake.
Let
him take training, but don't put any cameras on it. Do it Monday.
It'll be tomorrow.
About 1:15. For us, isn't it?
It'll be tomorrow, you know it. And I guess the new era starts then, doesn't it? Obviously, Aston Villa at home on Wednesday's a really tough game. But
can I just enjoy my weekend before thinking about that?
Yeah. What's next week?
Yeah, thanks.
Days away.
Thanks.
Days away.
No, but you're like bringing it into my world.
Just telling you.
Do you know what I mean?
Just telling you.
I could be out rambling tomorrow or anything.
Well, maybe, I mean, you'd be freezing. You better wrap up.
Staying at home.
You better wrap up. So you're not going out rambling, so why are you throwing that out there?
I'm for a run.
And that's rambling. Do you run? You haven't mentioned it. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comments section below. We're continuing now on Toffee TV Premiere.
Not for long.
Because it is live. If you want to join that, the link's in the description. Have a great weekend. Up to David Moyes Toffee. See you later.
He went there.